Hello and welcome. In this lecture we will update the index.html page for the DevOps Buddy application. We will be replacing the default Bootstrap and jQuery files with the ones from WebJars, and we'll create a custom CSS file where we can store our rules. In this course we will cover quite a few bits on ThymeLeaf. However, this is not a deep dive on ThymeLeaf. Therefore, if you want to know all the tips and tricks of this template engine, please visit the ThymeLeaf homepage at thymeleaf.org and Google for ThymeLeaf and Spring Boot integration. In a nutshell, ThymeLeaf is a Java template engine. The huge advantage that it brings to the table compared to its predecessors is that it's not HTML intrusive. What I mean by that is that we can write perfectly valid HTML5 web pages using ThymeLeaf as a series of HTML attributes. ThymeLeaf represents a huge improvement compared to JSPs. We completed the previous lecture with a placeholder index page. This is great to get started, but we now need to start editing it for the DevOps Buddy application. We will keep working on the index branch, so let's check it out with the command git checkout index. Next, we want to set a title. Open the index page and set the title element to DevOps Buddy. In order to use ThymeLeaf, the first thing we need to do is to add its namespace to every page we want to use it with, so that when we use the ThymeLeaf attributes with the th namespace, the page recognizes them. To do so, add the following attribute to the opening HTML tag. xmlns:/th equal http://www.thymeleaf.org between quotes. What we are saying with this namespace is that every time we use a th namespace, the editor should map it to the URL we've given above. The namespace entry does not actually validate any of the syntax against the URL. It's just to provide a binding between attribute names and unique namespaces. The next thing we want to do is to create our own style sheet, where we will be placing custom styles. Under the source main resources static CSS folder, create a styles.css file. We will extract the inline bootstrap rules currently in the script element and place them in the styles.css file. Now, we will set the padding top to 60 pixels instead of 50 to place the body a bit more towards the center of the screen. Now, we are in a position to replace the default link elements to the ones local to our project. First, locate the link element for Bootstrap core and replace it with the one I'm pasting in the video. Here, we are using the ThymeLeaf thhref attribute to define the URL to the Bootstrap WebJar file that we have set up a couple of lectures back. You will remember that since the Bootstrap WebJar is now a Maven dependency, the jar containing all resources is in the class path. If we expand the external libraries folders and locate Maven Bootstrap jar, we can see that under the folders bootstrap -3.3.6.jar/metainf/resources, there is a WebJars folder. If we peek into it, we will see the path webjars/bootstrap/3.3.6/css/bootstrap.min.css. This is exactly where the thhref entry is pointing at. The operator identifies a pointer to a URL. For a full list of ThymeLeaf operators, you can visit the URL appearing in the video. Next, we will need to set the link to our custom CSS file. Again, we can use ThymeLeaf to do so. We can add the link element with the thhref value pointing at /css/styles.css. If you look at the bottom of the page, you will find two script elements for Bootstrap and jQuery. I've explained why these are generally placed at the bottom of the page during the introductory lectures on JavaScript and jQuery, but in a nutshell, this approach is generally used to improve the page loading performance. Following what we have learned so far, we can replace the current URLs with the WebJars one. First, we will replace the Bootstrap JavaScript value with a WebJar value. We can do this by setting the thhref URL value to /webjars/3.3.6/js/bootstrap.min.js. Then, We can replace the jQuery link by setting the href URL to /webjars/jQuery/2.1.4/jQuery.min.js. We can now validate that our page works as expected. We can start the DevOps Buddy application, point our browser at localhost 8080 and make sure that the index page displays correctly. As an additional checkpoint, you might want to open the page in Chrome and activate the developer's tools. You can do this by right-clicking on the page and select Inspect. Then choose the Network tab and hit the refresh button. You should see that the Bootstrap, jQuery and the custom CSS files have all been loaded correctly. If you are experiencing any issues, you can subscribe to our Google group or send an email to elearning@devopsfolks.com or raise a question in the forum. If all of this doesn't work, you can always look at my GitHub repository to have an example of a working solution. The final step in this lecture is to merge our changes to develop. You know the drill. First, we push the current changes to the index branch with the git commands git add star, git commit -m customized index.html page for the DevOps Buddy application, and then git push. We then complete the git flow by merging the index branch to develop with the following git commands: git checkout develop, git merge, and git push. I keep repeating the git flow workflow commands so that this way of working becomes second nature to you. In this lecture, we have set up the index page for the DevOps Buddy application. We have replaced the default Bootstrap and jQuery style sheets and JavaScript files with WebJars and have created a custom CSS file. Thank you for your time, and I see you in the next lecture.